Hello, everyone. I have my friend Binita here. Binita and I met, I think, several months ago in the Customer First Sales Mastermind, or I guess first on a workshop that we did for one of the people in your organization. And I just thought, over the time we've worked together, it's been a few months now, your confidence and your enthusiasm and all of your results have really changed. And so I thought you would just be so encouraging
Oh, thank
to everyone else. So would you be able to just give a landscape of where your business was at, maybe before we met, like in December or January before we started working together?
Yeah, so I think I've always known that I wanted to do my business because health and wellness is really important to me, but I didn't know what to do, and it had come to a point where I was like feeling overwhelmed. I was like, this is just going to be very difficult for me. How am I going to manage it? What am I going to do? What's my way forward? And I have a great upline and mentor group. I mean, I'm really lucky to have them, but it was not helping me to just kind of do that. So I was still at that point where I was like, should I continue this? Should I not continue it? And that's something that always happens when I guess you're starting off some of this network marketing
Yeah, yeah,
business,
yeah.
right? So that's a normal thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you also work full time, right? So you're
Yes.
and so what's your full-time job, just because I think it's important for context?
Okay. So I'm an optometrist. I have been an optometrist since 1998. So definitely you can see why health and wellness kind of comes in line with what I'm doing there. And I have been doing that. There was on and off that I had taken time off. I'm from Kenya, East Africa. So I moved back here in 2018. I immigrated to the US after having studied here for 9 years and moving back to Kenya for 20 years. And I had to really rebuild myself in that also. So I do have not a full time, but a 4 to 5 day job, depending on the week for optometry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus your network marketing business. So you
Yes.
have a lot of things you're juggling. What were some of the problems you were hoping to solve for your network marketing business during the mastermind?
So I think what my main thing is it was more the fear of how do I handle my clients once I have them? What am I going to do? How am I going to keep? Because it's not like I haven't been enrolling people, but how do I have it so that I'm setting up constant, like a system? Basically,
Yeah.
that's it. Like I didn't have systems, and I didn't know how to set up systems. I've even done an MBA, but I was still like completely lost because I was like, I don't know.
It's too big picture.
Yes, yes.
MBA. Like you
And
can do a SWOT analysis, but it doesn't tell you about day 6, day 12,
right,
day.
right.
Yeah. I have
Yeah,
one of those too.
yes, yes. And then optometry is already set. It's a system. All I have to do is go to the practice because I don't own the practice. I don't run the practice and I'm not a business owner. So I just go, I know what I need to do. I follow the systems they already have in place.
Hmm.
And so, that was my hardest part
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
do I do?
What do you do? So just having that focus. And so when you have give in the past, when you've had a process, then you do just fine, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. If I know what I need to do, it's really easy. I learn really quick. And even for the practices, because for a long time I used to fill in at different practices. So everybody's doing things differently.
Hmm.
There were different EMRs. So I had to, I'm plugging in numbers and everything in
Yeah.
different EMRs, medical record, online based. And I learned how to do that. Like I think I came up to like five, and now really I only use one. But I learned five within like a 3 year period
Yeah.
until COVID hit a 2 year period. And so I think that was not the hard. If you give it to me, I know what to do. If you tell me you need to sell these, I know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
what did you think was going to happen to your network marketing business if you didn't figure out your systems?
I think I had really gotten to that point where it was becoming frustrating. And when you start thinking, okay, every month I'm trying to get, you're trying to get your money back also because you're using the products
Hmm.
also, and you're not. And then you're like, well, I'm really just using more than I'm getting.
Yeah.
And and I probably still am at that point, but now I have an idea of where to go.
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's
that
good.
was where I was. I was just like, okay, do I need to give this up? Am I done?
Well, that's
But I
honest.
love my community so much that I think that's the reason why I stay there.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people can relate to that where they're like confused, frustrated, but also just really want to pour into their community and are just like, what do I what do I do with
Right.
this? So, what did you implement from the mastermind? You took the sales one first and then the recruiting one later.
So
What did you implement from that that helped?
okay. So I took the sales one, and there was a little transitioning going on because it was right through summer. And, we had like some family stuff going on. So I had a whole full house and I needed to take care of that. So I really didn't like start implementing it at that time. But I did the whole course. I made sure I finished it. And then um, it was not until after I did, but the sales gave me that time blocking, make
Yeah.
sure that you just basically how you just set up and make it so easy conversations, like what is it that you're going to do, so it made it easier to say, hey, you know what, you can come and do this with me. I'm not holding you by the gun. You don't have to buy the product, but I want you at least to hear me about it. So just having the right conversation, like I think that just boosted my
Mhm.
confidence already.
Yeah.
And knowing that I have to start time blocking. So what I did was is that was my time of recovery for myself, because it was after a year. I was finally able to just concentrate on myself
Mm.
after I'd taken care of my family and having had some losses in the family. So I concentrated on improving my health, myself, giving myself time, and just doing time blocking. And my husband would be like, what? And I was like, no, this is my this time. And he would be like, what? I started, drawing boundaries. And I think for everybody in the family, it was like, what? Because, Indians, we're not supposed to draw boundaries. Like, what do you mean boundaries? Like, if you're told you need to do this, you have to get up and just go do it. But I started drawing boundaries. Like, yeah, it's my day off, but this is what I'm doing. I'm not doing this. And now people have gotten used to it. So that's, I think, was the best thing, because it helped me realize that there was so much that I needed to do in my personal life as well as like just in my professional life.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's this great quote by Zig Ziglar, you can't be one type of person, another type of salesperson. And most people think, okay, my personal life transfers into my sales life. But I've always found it to be the opposite. Like how you are in your sales life is actually what impacts your personal life because all of it is how to talk to people. And when we do sales training, it's so funny. People's marriages improve, their relationships with their family improves, maybe some boundaries stuff at
Yeah.
first, but it's really cool to see what ends up happening. Um, so what outcomes did you see achieve during your time?
So then I did the recruit because I
Okay.
bought the whole thing. Remember, I bought like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
package thing.
both of them, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do this, because to me, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this.
I
I'm
love
just
your
like
honesty.
grasping at things, and I'm
Yeah,
just trying to sell these products. Even though I love them, I just don't know how to like get that through to my customers. Like,
mhm,
what can I do? And so what really helped me is I've always known that I've wanted to do collaborations, because I feel coming from optometry and doing it with other people like in similar fields, health and wellness,
mhm.
is going to be a better way for me to do it. For some reason, I don't know, just sitting there and talking about, certain products was just not doing the job, because it was like these top 10 products, which I use, but that's not what I use mostly. I was using more the supplements. So I was really focusing more on my foundational health than just those
Yeah,
top products. And so I was like trying to sell something that I use, but don't use all the time. So that wasn't
sure.
working. So now I have collaborations in place. I'm still working out the details, but my gynecologist, and she's like, yes, no worries, no support. So I have put a poster there with a QR code, but I need to go
Cool.
change it to a dynamic QR code so that I have a feedback, because I don't have a feedback right now.
Yeah,
The same thing with my physiotherapist, because he helped me with my shoulder. and I'd taken one of the products to them, and there's this customer who just uses it. So every time she comes for physiotherapy, she uses the stick and then says, I have to use it every time and it feels better. So I figured I'll put it there. And then my Pilates. So like really, it's given me focus and direction on how to now propagate collaborations.
Yes,
There's still a lot of work in
of
progress,
course.
but I have a vision now.
Didn't even prepare me you were gonna say something like that. I'm gonna get like
I know.
chills and feelings.
So you made me go back and say, hey, you know what? I have a vision board, and and it's everything, of course, on there, because you have to think of your personal life as well
Of
as your
course.
professional life, and everything on there. And so it's really, really helped me in that. But it has also really helped me with my optometry.
Oh yeah,
Because
tell them about this.
so for optometry, I work for a doctor, and we obviously sell a lot of products for dry eyes. And we also sell a particular product for lenses, which is not covered by insurance. So initially, I was like, okay, yeah, he told me this lens is there. I had a patient come in. She had everything done. She was reading about it and everything before she sat on my chair. And she asked me questions that I didn't have answers to. And I was like so embarrassed. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do here? So this was last year. I think it was probably before I took the course. And
Mhm.
so right after that, I answered the questions the best I could. I don't think she even bought the lens. I went and I studied the product. I learned about it. But when I did the sales mastermind course, I started implementing a little bit of everything that I was learning and just talking to them and allowing them to relate to it based on either how I've benefited or others. So it was, and simpler. So I use very simple language because I find that's easier for the patients
Mhm.
to understand. Obviously, there's always those who know more, and you can use
Yeah.
that language. So I use very simple language. It has come to a point where even another lens, so the doctor says, we have this product, we have this product, we have this product, my colleague that I work with, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sell him. So that particular lens, it's called a neuro lens. I sell them more than he does. And he's the owner of the practice. He's had that device for like 3 years or something, or
Yeah.
3.5. There's another lens, and the reps came and they're like, oh, how do you do with this? He's like, oh, ask Dr. Gupta. She does a better job selling it than I do. Like that was just so nice for me to hear, because it was like, and I kind of keep a track. I get it, but I don't really keep complete track
Right.
because it's not my business. I get, whatever my
Yeah.
commissions and all that. Maybe I should be getting more commissions, but it made me feel so good because it was not only him, even the staff said that. The staff was like, yes, Dr. Gupta makes it so easy for us to dispense this because she's already talked to the patient and the patient is already on board before they even come to our table. And then we sell dry eye products, and I'm the one who sells them. So he's always having to replenish the supply because I'm the one who sells them more
Yeah.
than he
That's
does.
fun. It's
Yes.
fun when things set up.
And
So
I
let
feel
me,
good because I'm helping my patients.
oh, for sure.
Yes.
Right? You got to have the right stuff. And if you have the means to get it, right, you need the confidence of the doctor, right? I've been in situations where the doctors are like, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, it's not insurance covered, then don't worry about it.
Yes.
Or they feel very nervous about that. And I think that, makes you feel like an idiot for saying, yes, I want the thing that you don't think I should get.
Yeah.
So I love that you're able to transfer the confidence, belief, and enthusiasm. So let me see if I can understand what's happened to your life over the past few months. You set proper boundaries with your family and you're able to do things for yourself and not being at the beck and call of everyone in your family. You have a clear vision for your business with processes to set up for following up with customers, and you have 3 business collaborations, and you're still working on more. And you're making more money at your day job, and you're feeling like just way more confident about things. Did I get all that right?
Yes. And then there's one more. So remember, I told you I'm from Kenya and we have a business there, and I'm going to be going back to now run this business. So I don't know
Yes.
how I'm going to deal with it, but I want to put systems in place so I can just do everything electronically with the network marketing. I'm probably going to have to stop my optometry for a while.
Yeah.
My husband literally works like the analog way. Okay. He's like everything old school and not willing at all to put any systems in place, which is going to be we can duplicate and easy if just tomorrow for any reason I have to go run it, yes, but my children have to go run it or something.
Right.
So that is where my next effort is going to be and project is that I'm definitely going to make sure that at some point he has some systems in place. Not that he doesn't have systems, but he needs to improve his systems
Upgrade them.
and
Yeah.
upgrade them, and make it more technology based.
Yeah, I love that. So what do you think were the biggest lessons that you learned from all of this?
I think the biggest thing is it is not impossible. I mean, when there's some of those people out there who really probably even know more with technology than I do, I'm telling you, if you're just able to just set up the systems, and if you have the confidence of just saying, hey, these products are good for you. There's a reason why, these products are going to work for you. And make it relatable, like make it so that they understand that you're not trying to sell them the product to make money. You're trying to sell them something because you're trying to improve their life. And I think the minute you start doing that, it just becomes so much easier. It's so much easier for me to do that in optometry, but then, of course, I've been an optometrist for like 26
Yeah.
years now, almost.
Since
And
you were
so
two.
it comes easier,
Yeah.
right? With the other one, I guess it still comes like there's still those, what do you call those blocks? What do you call them?
Yeah. Resistance.
You
Sure.
know, there's still those blocks because there's always going to be people that you're going to come across. I mean, I come across people all the time. They'll watch they'll watch my video on Facebook or they'll watch me post something. They come and they talk to me. I give them an hour or 2 hours of my time, sometimes maybe depending on who it is, and or more because you're adding up the time.
Yeah.
You're messaging them, you're doing a
Yeah.
Zoom call with them, you're teaching them, and they don't end up buying. So, it's going to happen. It's going
Yeah.
to happen. But at some point, you're going to find your niche. It may take time to find your niche, but it definitely is out there. So
That,
don't give up.
that
I say don't give up.
that's really beautiful. I don't think I was gonna ask what advice you have, but that was all of it all in one. So I thought that was really, really wonderful. It has been such a pleasure to be able to get to know you, and I'm excited to see where your collaborations are headed. I wholeheartedly believe business collaborations are the future of network marketing.
Yep.
So I'm really, really happy that you are on that train. You are excited about it. You are moving forward. So thank you so much for sharing your story and your lessons learned so generously with our community. And I guess to everyone else, we can say bye. Thanks for
Bye.
watching or
Thank you so
listening.
much, Tasha. Thank you.